back with another episode of To the Moon, and this one is probably my most favorite guest. I say that a lot, but Raqi is special, man. You guys don't even know this guy. He's become a personal friend. I have watched him grow in the community, and I've seen the incredible things that he's been doing in Atlanta. Literally putting together a group of Astro and crossing over into the sub 2 community, pulling people together and creating an incredible community. And it all came from his heart to share, his heart to grow, his heart to help other people. And so I am so grateful to have Raqi to be a part of the Astroflipping community, and also just to be friends with you and to have you on here today, brother. Welcome and congratulations. Welcome to the moon, bro.
Thank you so much, man. First of all, thank you for the intro. That touches my heart. I truly appreciate it, and thank you. I mean, it's a pleasure just being here with you.
It's
Thank you.
it's an incredible journey we're on, bro. And watching the things that are happening, you're a family guy. You're teaching your kids about real estate at a young age. It's all of the things that you're doing are really special, and they mean something. They're important, But beyond that, just the way that you are always sharing with other people, you're always willing to help. You'll hop onto a call with a brand new student and help them feel like they're a part of the community, like they can have somebody they can ask questions to, that they're not alone. And that's really important for folks, especially when they're getting started. But let's go back to when you first got started, because you weren't always a real estate rock star. You had to begin somewhere. So take us back in time, bro. Where did it all begin for you?
It all begun in Iraq and Baghdad, right? At a young age, I never went to school due to war zones. That's unfortunate. A lot of people went through. Thankfully, I'm so thankful to our U.S. military that went in 2003 and rescued me and my family. And I felt like God just gave us an opportunity, and I just couldn't be more thankful. And so I started working as probably, I guess, 10 years old, 11. Started working in a barber shop. Fast forward, we moved to United States in 2009, and I'm working, wanted to do the best for my parents, because I felt like my parents moved over here for me and my brothers and
For sure
my
they did,
sister.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, whatever I could do to give back. And I went to school, of course. Put me in high school when I was 18 years old, in ninth grade.
Wow, 18 in ninth grade?
In ninth grade, and I spoke no English at all.
That must have been really hard, bro.
The teacher asked me if I had a paper, and I had no idea what she was saying, right? And the kids used to laugh at me for not speaking English. But growing up with a different mentality and working, meeting people, connecting with others, has always been my thing. I overcome that. I was like, I'm going to learn, and I'm going to go to college. So that's a thing that my mom always wanted me to do, because I wasted so many times not going to school. Fast forward, went to college, graduate. I got an associate degree. Then I got into a car accident that put me out of school. Couldn't study, so I went to hands-on because I'm very handy. So I went to an aviation school and did my 2 years. Got my license to work on airplanes. Started working. I worked for the Air Force as a civilian contractor. Worked for multiple airlines, general, commercial. And fast forward, I got a job offer in North Charleston with Boeing Airline.
Okay.
So I accepted the offer. It was $7 more than what I was making as a maintenance technician here in Georgia. So I was at that job for probably, I'd say, 4 months. So I was not expecting anything. So I went back to the office and talked to my manager. I said, hey, I'm giving you my 2 weeks notice. Thank you so much for everything you've done. I understand I've been here for only 4 months. I don't expect anything except for if I come back in 1 year, because this is pretty much my hometown. Do I have a job? And he said, absolutely. Went home, went back to work the next day. I got called to the office. I thought I was being let go, because that's how it works sometimes. They beat the offer. They gave me $8 raise in one night after being at work for 4 months. And
so
I
they
was
saw
like,
something in you. They knew this guy is somebody we can't afford to lose.
I think they saw it that way. I don't want to brag, but I believe they did. So I took the night to think about it. But this is my hometown. My whole family is here. So I was like, you know what? I accept. Thank you so much for seeing something in me in 4 months. I will not let you down. Fast forward, COVID hit. Guess what happened to that airline that I was going to go work at, taking my 2 kids with me and my whole family pretty much?
They went under.
They shut down. I sat down, Jamil, I sat down at night. I couldn't sleep because I had to come home and tell my family, Daddy ain't got no job, right? So I started looking, right? May 2020, I started looking on YouTube. What's the best way to make money without having to work? Really, this is exactly what I said. Got a friend of yours, Jerry Norton. I started watching his videos.
I love Jerry Norton, by the way.
I love Jerry.
He's one of the most genuine, wonderful dudes that are out there.
I strongly agree. So I was like, oh, real estate. I was like, let me jump into this. I was doing stock. I tried the stock until today. I trade stock market for 1 hour only. I'm not greedy. I make my goal and I get out.
What do you make a day in trades?
So my goal in the stock market is to make $75.
$75 a day?
A day to pay my mortgage. And I average 200 to 500 in 1 hour.
Good stuff, bro.
So I was like, okay, that's a thing, but I have to work. I was like, what if something happened to me?
Yeah.
I have 2 daughters. I can't let them go through what I went through growing up. So I started learning about real estate. Jerry at that time had a 10K club. It's a one-time payment where you learn a lot. So I'm learning. I got into a mentorship with a local guy over here who was a friend of mine since 2009. And no comments. You don't know how people are until you work with them. That's the way I see it. So we split apart. And then I heard this guy named Jamil coming to Atlanta in January. I was like, huh, interesting. Let me go check it out. So you guys showed up. I mean, of course, I started learning about you and Pace. I connect with people immediately based on the energy we reciprocate. I spoke to Pace. I love Pace to death. Then I spoke to you. And you know what I learned? I'm not the most religious guy on the planet, but I learned that God said, you have a gift, but I'm going to give it to you at this date. I was not ready to meet Jamil Damji until 2021 in January. I spoke to you for 2 minutes and I was like, I love this guy because I felt like I was talking to myself, and I'm not bragging because we're live, but that's from the bottom of my heart. Everyone knows me in here, especially they know that I'm fully transparent. And I felt like I'm talking to an older version of me, as someone who's experienced, someone not just inspired me or motivated me in just 2 minutes, but somebody who inspired me. And that's how I saw you, brother. And I got on the phone with, I talked to Nino on Instagram at that time. Then I think he put me in touch with Kenneth. And I said, Kenneth, when I talked to Jamil, I felt like I talked to an older brother. He said, okay. I said, here's the thing. I'm not going to join until you give me a rundown on everything. So he gave me a rundown on everything. I was like, I'm going to be honest with you. And I'm going to tell you exactly how I told him. And he was laughing. I said, look, I got burned down by a friend of mine of 10, 12 years. But I don't care because I'm no victim. But here's the thing. I'm only going to give you 30% of the payment for 1 month. And I'm going to go bananas. I'm going to go head first. And if I don't like it, I don't care what you're going to do with that agreement. I'm canceling that bank account and you ain't getting nothing.
so
I
good.
tell you, you ain't getting
Oh my
nothing
God.
from me. And
That's so good.
and he was laughing. He was cracking up. And
That's so good.
he
I would have laughed
called
my ass off too,
he
dude.
called
That's
me.
funny.
He called me 3 weeks later before the second payment got withdrawn. He said, "You're gonna pay me?" I said, "I'm all in. I'm all in." I said, "Jamil is what he said he was." I said, even though I knew this, but he is what he is. And before joining Astro, I was learning real estate, of course, for the first like 6 months. And I closed one deal. And then, of course, joined Astro, no bragging. I'm not here to sell you anything. I don't represent, but this is my community. And I love my community to death. I meet with Astro students weekly to help them out. And I'm on the phone with them. My life changed. My life changed because for 6 months, learning real estate with one of my best friends, I only got 2 contracts that I was told that's all I need for real estate: purchase and sale agreement and termination agreement. I joined Astro with so much hopes, especially getting the right documents. I got a stack of documents this much. And I use all of them.
Yeah.
Because this is what we need. This is exactly what this business is all about.
Wow, dude. Wow. Wow. What a story, man. Like I want to go back. I want them to dig up your call. I want to listen to your call. I want to hear you say that because I'll probably laugh my butt off just listening to you say that to the guy on the phone, right? Like it's incredible. And they probably deleted it, but you know the thing about it, Raqi, is that I met you. I remember meeting you face to face. I remember meeting you in Atlanta, and I could feel that from you. I felt that resonance. I felt that brotherhood between us, right? And not just because we both have, somewhat similar backgrounds. Like I didn't grow up in Iraq. I don't know what that's like, but I am a first generation immigrant, and I understand. I understand what this world can do to you when you're not from here, and how it can feel when you're not from here, and what that is, and how our families are reliant on us, and how we want to do so much for our parents, and we want to give, and we want to retire them, and we want to give them a better life, and we want to pay them back for the opportunity of just being able to live here, and I feel that. I understand that so much because that's my life. That's what I go through. That's what I've lived through, and this is what I'm doing. And so, it really means something to me when I get to run into a brother like you who is walking the same walk and doing it in such a great noble way that you are, like, because you truly are giving back. He hasn't even talked yet about his success, guys, but like Raqi is a monster. Like, you don't even know. This guy does deals that make me go, like, I'm not kidding you, bro. I read some of the success stories that you post, and I'm just like, this man is unstoppable. And it's because of your go-giver mentality. It's because of your heart. You always get back tenfold what you give to people. I truly believe that. And even more than tenfold. You give back. You sometimes get back 1,000, and it rarely comes from the person that you gave to. It comes from here, and it comes from there, and that's why there's evidence that we're all connected, because I can give to somebody over here, and then someone's going to tap me on the back and hand me 10 times more, because this is the world we're in. We're in a reciprocating world. The universe doesn't do debt. God doesn't do debt. Mm-mm. You're always paid in full plus, and so watching how you've been operating, tell us a little bit about the success, bro. I know it's not bragging. It's just sharing. Tell us a couple of deals, man. How's it been?
I'm not even gonna go all the way to the beginning, but 2021, when I joined Astro, actually I was introduced to the community with so much love and respect. I'm a fast learner. Like, I watch Wholesale Hotline every single week. It
I
doesn't
see
matter
that.
if it doesn't matter if it's for beginner or not. I like Jamil goes on probably like 3-4 days a week for like 5 hours on the Astro community calls, and I'll try to be there like every time just to
You are.
listen, because you hear it, you're gonna implement it, and you're gonna to learn somehow, and you just gotta do it. So 2021 was a blessing. I wholesaled a lot that year, and again, before I started, I had taken a lot of bad debt to help out my family, not to put anybody business in here, but that's the truth. I made probably 80,000 my first year
Awesome.
wholesaling, and of course working my job as a maintenance technician at that time. I think I was making 56,000 without overtime, but I was under 70,000 with overtime. But I already made more than that in one year,
Hmm.
in my first year. And I was able to get rid of a lot of the bad debt and everything. 2022 hits. I mean, look, you start doing it. When you start doing the work, you put in the effort, the time, the sweat, the blood. When you sacrifice sleep, you sacrifice the gym, you sacrifice time with your family, it's going to pay off. It doesn't matter what it is. What you put in the work, it's going to pay off. I'm not even gonna go over the whole year. And end of July, I think we made 70,000 in 1 month.
1 month, yeah.
In 1 month. And I got on the call and I told you, Jamil, I don't have a question. I just want to tell you I made 70,000 in 1 month.
I know, bro. I wanted to cry with you that day because I
Man, it
felt it.
was
It's like because I know what that feels like, man. Because there was a time in my life when making 5,000 a month, I felt wow. And then there was a time in my life when I made 10,000 in a month, and I was like, wow. And then you get to a time when you make 50,000 in a month, and you're like, wow. And then you talk about making 70K in a month, and you're just like, what the frick is
it's
happening here?
it's
What
mind
is my
blowing.
life?
Exactly. I'm making more than I would make a whole year
Yeah.
working a job, trading my time for money in 1 month. Um, and then it goes on to my purpose, my goal, which is, first of all, like you mentioned earlier, retire my parents. That's like number one goal for me. I will take care of my kids no matter what. I'll flip burger at Burger King and still feed my family. But my parents sacrificed everything. They left their own family for us to come here. So I want to retire my parents for sure. So I started more making money in wholesaling and put it into buying assets, residential real estate. I'm focusing on commercial right now. So I want to acquire more property. So I acquired. Well, I'm gonna tell you what happens. I read a book from Bigger Pocket that talking about exponential growth,
Mm-hmm.
where Brandon talked
Turner.
about
Yeah.
Brandon Turner, the bearded guy, talked about getting a duplex in your. He said, "Don't go crazy. Just focus on getting a duplex on your first year, a quadplex next year, 8 units, 16 units,
Just
32 units,
doubling every year.
64." Exactly, it's doubled down. I sat down and I did the math. I need 5 years. At 32 units at the end, with everything that's cash flow and refinance and all that, I would retire my parents. Then I read a quote from Elon Musk, and he said, if you have a 5 year goal or a 10-year goal, try to do it in 1 year. He said, you will not fail, but you won't have enough time to do it in 1 year. However, at the end of that first year, you're going to be 2-3 years closer to your goal.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, man, I don't need to focus on a duplex. Let's open it up. So got a triplex, got a duplex, got this amazing Atlanta property, and I got the numbers down for you, Jamila. This is gonna blow your mind because I know you're a number guy, and I love numbers.
Tell
And
us about it.
okay, well, for this month, I have a wholesale deal. The owner would like to clear 535,000 for them. So what I did is I entered a contract and got a little creative with it, put in some terms and conditions that Zidane Properties is allowed to list the property across the MLS. I know that house, I know I can get 620 for it, but I'm gonna shoot for 600, right? 600,000. And with that, if I list it as 600,000, I'm going to clear after closing and paying buyer's agent, because I don't need a seller agent. I'll clear 38,000.
Awesome.
However, if I don't list it, which I'm very well connected with agents, and you know that I'm loud about my business, I will clear 56,600.
56,000.
$56,600.
600. Wow, dude.
And that's one thing I learned from you is you went, I think it was a wholesale hotline or like one of the calls when you said sometimes you just sit and shoot and text to everybody.
Yeah, I do it all the time.
Your wholesalers, your agents, and you just did it. You just did a training about those you're doing deals with, right? And I do that with agents all the time. I usually call them, like if I'm driving, I call them like, hey, how you doing? Just checking on you, see if you have anything for me or you need any help. I always offer service, not just asking for something. And I stay connected. So I think I can sell this without having to list it. So I know and I'll take care of the agents, of course. That's just one thing I've always done. This is a good one. The Atlanta property, I told you that I wanted to sell to make 6-figure. But then
is that the one I talked about on Bigger Pockets?
Yes.
Yeah, I love that deal, dude.
Yeah. So of course we're gonna clear that if we sell it. But now I'm thinking of holding. If we're holding after we pay off our private money lenders and everybody involved in the deal, we're gonna clear about 51,600.
Wow, bro.
Cash flowing 1,300 a month. Renting it out.
You're gonna pull out $50,000, more than $50,000, and make $1,300 a month infinitely.
That's right,
guys. Infinite returns. Imagine being paid to own property and then it paying you every month. That's what he's talking about, right? You buy wholesale deals and you get them at a good enough price, which we show you how to do in the Astro community. Then the next thing that you do is start holding stuff. And because we buy deals so deep, once you do a little bit of forced appreciation on them and you go and refinance them, you actually get cash out of the deal. You get cashed out of the deal, and then that deal will cash flow forever.
Yeah, and you have to buy correctly. That's exactly what it is.
That's it. That's the thing, though. You know.
Yeah, we didn't rip off anybody for this. This property was a 4-bedroom, 2 half bathroom and 1 full, but they had a big basement. So we converted that basement into a master bedroom with a big old closet. We converted one of the half bathroom to a full bathroom, and that gives us an ARV for a 5-bedroom, 2.5, and that actually in the 400. And
right.
Of course, I mean, we're in the deal.
The other thing is that it takes a substantial amount of risk to get to that value. The part about it, guys, is anybody sitting out there looking at wholesale as predatory. Listen, wholesale only works if there's potential in the property. And that potential isn't realized until a financial risk is taken. And wholesalers only make money off of the potential risk or the potential gain, right? Correct. That's what we take a portion of the potential gain. We don't take a portion of the equity. The equity is not there. The new equity isn't realized until an investment is made. And so when Raqi or when I or any of the rest of us are wholesaling, what we're doing is we're selling potential. Incredible work, Raqi.
Thank you so much. And with the duplex, that's all hopefully happening all this month, because I just got off the phone with Julian and we're in the beginning of the month.
I love Julian, by the way.
Julian is awesome.
He's another Astro community member. Fantastic man.
Fantastic man. He helps out with everything. Got off a call with Julian. We're refinancing those. We're in the beginning of the month, so we should be able to refinance those by the end of the month. And that's going to be for our duplex, clearing 25,000 net for us with a $1,000 cash flow. Now, a lot of people might ask, how come this is a duplex cash flowing only 1,000? It's an Airbnb versus this property cash flowing with 1,300. This is the difference. You got to get creative with your deals. There's so many exit strategies in your deal. So short-term rental, you have to pay property manager, you have to pay cleaning services, and all the costs that comes with it. The Atlanta property that we clear in $1,300 a month, it's gonna be to a sober living. We don't have to furnish. We don't have to do anything. Maintenance, they do up to $1,000 per issue. So it's not, I pay $1,000 a month and the rest is new. No, if the call costs less than $1,000, they'll take care of it. They don't want to call us.
Wow.
So that's a beautiful thing about it. I connected with a very well respected guy, and we just went over the numbers, and he pays $500 more than the market rent, and that's
incredible.
Exactly what we need, because Atlanta's hot. And I have a triplex, and I actually just learned that even though I bought the triplex together, it's two separate buildings, right? It's 2 units here and 1 unit here. Even though I bought them together, when you come to refi, you have
to do them twice.
Exactly. So good. That's good for me, because I'm only done with the renovation of the 2 units. I inherited a very bad tenant that hasn't paid anything. That's a whole different story. So on that unit, I bought that correctly, Jamil. I bought that triplex, because with that triplex, I'm clearing $43,000.
Nice. Where did you find that deal?
Agent outreach.
Hey, agent outreach for the win. I'm telling you.
All those 3 deals, agent outreach.
Wow.
The way Astro teaches, exactly the way that I went about it, and we got these properties. That's gonna cash flow $600, because it's gonna be a long-term rental, and the rent in the market is not great. However, $600, that's cash flow in my pocket. When you look at the rent versus the purchase price, I'm over 1%. That's what I need to be.
That's it.
And you want me to blow your mind with the total numbers?
I need it.
All right, so I'm gonna go with a cash flow. We're gonna cash flow monthly $2,900.
Amazing. Who couldn't use an extra $2,900 a month passive?
You want to know the total net clearing out of these?
What are you taking home?
$119,666.
That's this month.
That's this month. I'll take away 10% just because why not? I'm still gonna walk away with $107,000. This month.
Life-changing, bro.
Indeed.
What a thing. What a thing we get to do, bro. What a thing, and like this is what it means, This is what it's all about. You're getting closer and closer to being able to retire mom and dad. I'm living a purpose that is way bigger than me. This community is, and people ask me, the course, guys, the course is damn good, but the community is everything. Like this, you have no understanding. If you are watching this right now, driving around in your car, or sitting at home, and you're thinking, man, nobody around me is up to anything good. All my friends suck. My coworkers suck. Everybody's negative. Nobody has any ambition. Nobody's doing anything. If that's your life right now, and people keep telling you, you gotta upgrade your friends, you gotta upgrade your social circle. This is how you do it. How much is that community meant to you, bro?
Everything. This community has lifted me up. I kid you not. I try to be as active as I can, talking to everybody in there, encouraging people to do well. Even if they're doing so good, I'll just talk to them like, hey, keep going. Andy, I was just talking to Andy yesterday. Andy's 17 years old, and he cleared 50,500 just last month.
Yeah.
And I talk to him like he's a little brother. I say, hey, look, I know you're 17. I know you're doing it great, but you need 1, 2, 3. Stay on top of your game, because life will throw everything it has at you to beat you down to your knees. And that's the way it goes. It's
Mm-hmm.
all in here. Jamil, I saw things in Iraq I wouldn't wish my worst enemy to see. I could sit over here and play a victim and be in a victim mode. And I promise you, I can make people cry for me if I tell my stories. But why be in a victim mode? This is how I see it. I've already lived through my worst days.
Mm.
If I'm here today, if God woke me up today, I'm done with my worst days. Tomorrow, I'm going to be done with my worst day today. That's how I see it. I'm already done with my worst days. It's all about keep going forward. Don't be an invisible character where I'm just going to go to this job, whether you like your job or not. I love my job. I still work my job. I still work my job.
You don't need to.
I don't need to, but I still work my job. And you don't have to hate everything you do in life. Just wake up and just be grateful. There's some people like myself when I was in Iraq, Jamil, we didn't have water for days. And if we were lucky, we would get it probably yellow if it's not brown. For days, Jamil. Mom used to make, all mom had was flour, water, sugar to make us some kind of like pastry just to get out through the day. We ate white rice with fried tomatoes just to get going. No electricity. Sometimes they give us electricity for 2 hours, take it away, give us water, no electricity. Take the water away, give us electricity, no water. I could sit over here and play victim all day long, but no, I'm a victor. When I saw this, I say, God, we're doing it. We're doing it for everybody. And that's exactly why I love to give back, because somebody gave me an opportunity, not only to be where I'm at right now, making money or being able to help. God gave me an opportunity to be called daddy. You know, I might get emotional about this, but it's true. It's true. It's doable. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, bro. I'm proud of you, man.
Thanks. Thank you, Jamil. I mean, you changed my life, brother. It took 2 minutes conversation. That's all it took. But I had to put the work. I want everybody listening. This is not easy.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. You gotta put the work. You gotta sacrifice something in return, and you gotta do it. In everything you do in life, even if you just get a new job, you have to learn the skills that you need to complete your tasks daily. This is and this doesn't have to be a 16 hours job. We're not here to create another job so we can hate it. We're here to work on the business, involving your own family, so you don't feel like you're away from your family and they feel bad that you're not there. Jamil knows I have a 7-year-old. She's turning 8 in February. She sits with me when I'm in the call with Jamil.
Yeah, she comps houses with him.
My 4-year-old comes houses with me. 4 years
It's incredible.
old. She comes houses and she knows exactly what a renovated property is, and she's 4. Yeah, it might sound, now that we look at it at our age, we see the pictures, but she's 4. She knows what a distressed property is. She knows when I sit and look at the houses, what I'm doing, and she sits there and she comes properly with me and she tells me, nice, this garage is nice, it has a floor, this bathroom is nice. Like,
I love it. I love that. That's so cute.
But I involve them so I don't feel like I'm being, sidetracked away from my family. But at the same time, I have to do this for them. So you just have to balance it out and see what you can sacrifice versus what you can gain and what you can do with the gift that God has given you. And I knew my gift didn't come last year or in 2020. I had my gift the whole time. I just needed to surround myself with the right people, which is the community I'm in right now, for me to be able to use my gift. What's my gift? My gift is I love communicating with others. And that's the reason why I meet with people on Sundays. I just teach them how to speak. And then we sit down and we talk to agents, we talk to other wholesalers, and we just talk mindset. We just talk life, to each other, and keep each other accountable for everything we do. And I tell people, like, some people ask me, like, I don't know what my gift is. It's simple. Your gift is the thing that you could do with the least amount of effort, and you get a greater result. That's your gift. Everyone has a gift. You just have to identify it. It's within you. It's within you when you were born. You just have to surround yourself with the right people for that gift to come out. I speak to people like, I can't afford skip tracing. I'm like, how much you make a month? Hypothetically, oh, 5,000. I was like, I bet you're probably the biggest earner in the group. They say, yeah. I say, exactly. And I listened to something you said the other day. With all the success you do, everything you have, you surrounded yourself with like-minded individuals who are making millions of dollars a day, and you were mind-blowing. But you were never going to think about this unless you actually meet these people and surround yourself
100%.
with them.
Everything that I've set my mind to, I've been able to get, but I had to be able to know that I could get there. That it was possible. And until I sat in a room where a guy was making $2 million in a day, I didn't even know that was real. And then I saw it with my own eyes, and I was like, oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know there's no limits.
There's no limit. No limits at all. You just have to surround yourself with the right people, with the right community. When people ask me, like, what mentorship are you in? I was like, mentorship? What's that? I don't have a mentorship. I'm not in. Oh, what do you do? I was like, they asked me, like, we see you with Jamil all the time, because I post everything on social media, because I'm loud about my business, because this has my last name. It's the greatest brand that I'll ever own.
Beautiful.
So I said, oh, no, that's my big brother. We have a community. It's not a mentorship, you guys. It's a community. We help each other daily. We learn from each other, and that's the way it goes. That's what life is all about.
My man. Raqi, as we round this out, bro, how do people get a hold of you, man? I'm sure there's going to be thousands of people that are going to want to do deals with you in Atlanta and JV with you and learn from you. How can people get a hold of you? Where can they find you?
Absolutely. You can find me on all social media platforms with Raqi Zidane. That's Raqi Zidane, Zidane. And you feel free to call me or text me. I love talking to people. My cell phone number is 404-988-4115.
Guys, blow him up. Blow him up. Reach out. This man has got a helping heart. His dedication to the community, his dedication to newcomers is incredible. And from me to you, bro, congratulations on all the success. You deserve it. And I love you, bro.
Welcome to the moon, man. Thank you so much. I'm thrilled to be here. Thank you. I truly appreciate it.
Guys, if you have any desire to learn more about the community, there'll be a link in the description with Raqi's affiliate link to join the community, Astroflipping, and also his social media handles will be there as well. And for everybody else tuning in, we will see you on the next one. Peace. Thanks for watching another one of my YouTube videos. Now it's your turn to go out and take some action. But before you do, like and subscribe to my channel, because the law of reciprocity means you owe me.